and I'm going to have to give up all this sun and all this marsh for cold Atlantic water and maybe striped bass, and we'll see. I'm not going to be able to throw up any videos for a little while because of moving and everything, but I promise you I will see you guys again in the future with totally different scenery. And in the meanwhile, John and Skunk Master Chuck and Ray, they're still going to run a few things down here in Louisiana. And I assure you, if I have to fly down here with my own arms, I will make it back here for this Grand Isle trip next year. Thank you. So a year ago, approximately a year ago, we were headed south to Grand Isle for a fishing trip, and after a major thunderstorm had blown through and knocked out all the power and completely changed the weather, and it was colder and windier. And here we are almost a year later, and a major thunderstorm came through last night and dumped a lot of rain, and the temperatures today are about the same as they would have been if I just stayed in Massachusetts. I think our highs are going to get into the 60s. On the plus side, it's because we only had one day. We're paying for a charter trip this time, so we've got a professional guide taking us out. And considering my one opportunity to fish Louisiana this year, we're going to be post-frontal after a major series of severe thunderstorms and then unseasonably cool temperatures. I think our guide's going to earn his money. But on the other hand, it's 4:23 in the morning. I'm southbound on the Causeway Bridge, headed to the city of New Orleans to pick up Skunk Master and John. And we're headed down to Barataria, and hopefully we're going to catch some fish.
Probably never be as cold as that morning in Macomb, though.
Woo! Me, man, yes. The jackboats trip me out, man.
Man, there he is. In Miami, this damn thing jump up like a bass, huh? Well, Miami, that's just, what is it? A species of peacock bass, huh?
Oh, look at
that's
the
a
color.
good fish,
Look at
man.
the color on him. Look at the color on him.
Boy, he's pretty.
Yeah, he is.
Ooh, he is bronze. Yeah. That's a red. I didn't get that name, I guess.
It's dark, man.
Yeah,
really pretty.
Had to keep.
You saw that sunlight hit him when he came up?
Yeah.
They are not biting mean today, though.
They're not aggressive, no. They haven't been, man. The last few weeks, they haven't been aggressive at all.
Yeah, John, I wasn't convinced he was there till he came up.
Yeah, I seen you. It looked like you had a little grass.
There you go, Chuck.
Get him, son! Oh, my turn. Go ahead, John. Go ahead. I think this drag might be out. Too loose?
Oh, he's out there a ways. All right.
Right there. Good one, Chuck.
Oh, yeah, he's fat, man. He's fat.
Ooh, we got a fighter, boy.
There you go, Chuck. Right there.
Boy, he's fat.
Yeah, he looked it.
Ooh, that's a fish.
There you go, bro. Man, they got a good color down here, too.
Yeah, he went down there that the weekend after that big thunderstorm that blew through and killed all the power and 3 years ago now.
Tell you what, though, getting that camp was some of the best money I spent.
Yeah. You just shit out of sleep on that beach, huh?
Sleep on a real bed, drink beer out of a real
Put a nut on behind.
Like I said, I was more worried about getting blood all over the court.
Yeah. Never know what they got in that damn water these days, though, bro. Lose a finger with some flesh-eating bacteria or something.
We ain't St. Bernard, we good. Isn't that where they had that happen a while back? No, it was amoeba. It was the brain amoeba. Yeah.
Man, see, that's some shit right there. Like, normally I don't get, oh, heebie-jeebie. When you start talking about shit crawling around in your brain. Depends on where they got it.
Big kick for that, man.
Man, he is bronze, too.
Did it foul it?
15 inches for sure.
Look at this, man. Just shy.
4 inches. You know what that is? That's in honor of my brother. You know what it is? It's coming from northern Louisiana. They're the closest thing you go get to white trash redneck girls down here. Like, seriously, what's a Shalmation other than 3-4 girl with a funny accent?
Go, John, there you go.
Oh, shit.
Get him, son!
Oh, no! Damn it! got him on video. He's confirmed. I got video of it. Damn, he spit that.
Oh, I just tried that.
No, that's cool.
Damn.
If he got off a little close, I could have got him.
Right? I thought you were gonna go for it for a second.
I knew what he was doing.
Oh, I see the engine dog.
I knew he was there.
I see that motherfucker engine. Look at that. See that one bust on side? I just threw right in that same. I got him stirred up for you, bro. Coming around.
Damn, Chucky wants to take you for a walk, man. Shit, I'm not paying attention. I'm putting the camera up. There you go, bud.
So here we are in my basement again, making an apology to end this video. I'd actually considered do it outside and kind of get some different scenery, but you know, it's Massachusetts, so here in mid-April it's 35 degrees and raining. We screwed up. We forgot to get the cameras out. We missed several fish on the video, and it shows. But who cares? Because I got to go back to Louisiana, and I got to get on the water for at least one day, and I got to go fishing, and I got to catch redfish. Which leads me to the important part, and that's I want to thank our charter captain and our charter company, Bourgeois Fishing Charters in Barataria, Louisiana, and Captain T. Wayne specifically, because I did catch fish. And I don't know that the video showed you well enough. I talked about it in the intro, but the weather conditions were god-awful. We had one day to fish, and the day before, the entire state was stocked in with severe weather. Flooding, tornadoes. The temperature in Louisiana on the day that we filmed this was roughly the same temperature as it was here in Massachusetts. We could watch the water turn to chocolate milk as we were out there fishing. The wind never stopped, and it just got progressively worse throughout the day. I personally couldn't have made it happen on a day like that. And the fact that Captain T. Wayne took us out and actually put us on a few fish, man, I got to give a big thumbs up. But more importantly, we've taken charters periodically over the course of the last 20 years. We've maybe done 10 or 15, and they usually run $500, $600 a pop. And the service that we've gotten has ranged from surly and downright angry to basically being treated like children to just kind of like a taxi driver. And that was not the case with the guys at Bourgeois Fishing Charters, especially Captain T. Wayne. Man, 20 minutes on the boat, and it was like fishing with a dude that we had fished with all our lives. And I can't say enough about our trip and about Captain T. Wayne specifically. It was an amazing day on the water, even if it was not as productive as we would have liked. And the cool thing about Bourgeois fishing charter, and what got us started looking at them, is they do float plane trips to the Chandelier Islands and way out in the Gulf, and chase down some really monstrous redfish and speckled trout in a part of the world that people just very rarely step foot. Couldn't make it happen this trip, and even if we could have, I'm sure the weather would have shut it down. But definitely on my bucket list to take a float plane trip. They've got 3 or 4 boats. They've got 2 lodges. They've been on several TV shows. You know, folks film down there all the time. Everybody we dealt with there was amazing. I can't say good enough about them. If you're going to Southeast Louisiana, if you're going to the New Orleans metro area and you want to take a trip, Bourgeois fishing charters I can highly recommend. Well worth the money, and on one of the worst fishing days I've seen. Like, the only thing it didn't do was rain on us. And a day when the wind was unstoppable, the weather was just completely wrong for the time of year, and the water was just steadily turning into chocolate milk. We caught not a lot of fish, but we caught a few quality fish, and we definitely had a good time doing it. So, guys, if y'all get to New Orleans, check out Bourgeois fishing charters, and we'll throw all the links somewhere in this video, and we'll throw it in the description. And as always, if you like what you see and you want to see more, check us out on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to the channel. I promise you more is coming now that I'm thawed out and able to get out into the wide world again without freezing to death. So, thank you guys for watching.